She just loves you. He loves you too.
But I'm his favorite.
I'm not going to say people that just like cheese pizza are boring. I'm not ready to say that. I'm just saying they're not adventurous. Now, only exception is maybe New York style pizza. But do they not like toppings because they've never tried it? It's like, how do you know? Who knows? Like, you didn't get to pick that out. That could have been horrible. I'm going with everything or supreme. Italian sausage, pepperoni, mushroom, onions and green peppers, olives. That's my favorite pizza, but you could add other things to it. Banana peppers. Next time you have pizza, tag me in it and tell me what your toppings say about you. Mine say, I'm a man of adventure. I think that's actually a horrible idea because I'm just gonna then get really hungry. I'm gonna be so fat after this episode. Hello, adventure. So one of the questions I get about Facebook is, I have a profile, but what about a page? You have a profile and that's for personal, and pages, those are for an organization, that's for a company or for a brand or for a celebrity. So some might say, they ask me, well, which one should I have? Well, see, that's not the right question of which one should I have. Everybody that wants to have influence should have a personal profile page. Yes, you want to have that. The question isn't which one. The question is, should I add on to it a page that is for a business? And so the answer is, well, you probably do. Maybe not now, but eventually you're gonna want to do that page. Many times people aren't ready for a page. So what they do is they misuse their personal page. You're gonna want to keep your personal profile personal. It doesn't mean that if you work at a company or you're launching an idea or you have your own business, that you can't talk about that. There's a lot of ways that you can do that. When all that is about your business, then you'll actually reduce your influence. Now, you'll probably actually eventually get blocked on Facebook, but before they do that, already everybody else is starting to tune you out. You're gonna wanna make sure that you keep your personal profile about your adventure, and the page is really the outfitters of the adventure, right? It's that company store that supplies for your adventure, that you're powered by it. If your business organization would have a website, then it would probably have a Facebook page. I even think that a Facebook page is even greater than an actual website. Let's say I'm hungry for pizza, which I am, and I want to order pizza. Well, if I want to order pizza, but I have to go across the street or I have to go across town to go pick it up, there might be a lot of reasons why I don't want to do that. It's raining outside, I'm in the middle of something, but if you can deliver the pizza to me, then there's a higher chance that I'm actually gonna order that pizza. And I want you to think of, that's the difference between a .com and maybe a Facebook page. Is a .com is I have to leave to decide to go. I have to make that decision to type that in, to click that, versus with a Facebook page, you're already in people's app. You're already having that availability. And so that's why it becomes important. There's also some really great reasons to have a page. So some of the extra things that are involved into the page is that there is no 5,000 friend limit. Now, not a lot of people will hit that 5,000 friend limit, but what's great is that allows you to have more than just those 5,000 connections. The other thing is that there's some extra features like paid reach. You're only gonna show up a certain time in those feeds, and you're competing with all the other pages and all the other statuses. What you can do is you can pay to boost, or you can pay to do advertising. If you think, it's not working, I'm gonna use paid ads, bad idea. If it's, wow, this is really working, and look at that interaction, and this is just going great, that's when a lot of people say, well, now I don't need ads. No, that's the time where you pour gas on it. But it is not what is the spark. You have the ability to use paid ads where you don't on the personal. The other thing is that it has insights. And so what Insights does is it shows how people are interacting with your post and how many people are using that and what their ages are, and it really helps you define that. And so that's another great feature of Facebook pages. Another thing that I like about it is if I have my personal profile and then I have my business page, I'm really creating two different opportunities to word things different or to have them interact with each other. So I can post something on my business page, but then I can share it on my personal, or I can reference something to say, hey, I just posted this, go over to my business page. And so it gives me some extra opportunity for content. So that is really great. I also can focus 100% on one idea. So let's say I want to create a business page for a t-shirt company. Well, if all I did was talk about t-shirts on my profile, that's just really a narrow view. But just remember, a business page is about one idea. And so what's nice about that is you can post all about that business all day long on that page, and it keeps that there. Now, I don't want you to think about the followers. See, it's not so important that you have followers again. The followers will happen. What you want to do is you want to create the uniqueness of ask the question, why would I go there? I think a lot of you, if you already have a page and you look at it and you would really just be honest with yourself and you would sit back and say, would I go here? A lot of you would answer as like, no, there's no reason to be on that page. Have a page to create compelling content, to have things that I'm gonna wanna come back to. If people get value out of it, people will come and they will share it with others if there's great content on it. So there's also some reasons why Pages has some weaknesses. And one of them is that it's harder to be thoughtful. If you are on your page, you cannot send a message to somebody, or you just can't go comment on their posts. If they engage with you, yes, then you can respond back. So yes, they can send a message in and you can reply to that message. They can leave a post on your timeline and you can comment. They can leave a comment to your comment. You can comment back. So it is great versus just a .com where maybe the only commenting that's happening is maybe a blog, but generally it's static. This is great because it is allowing some interaction and it helps with search engine optimization. So there's a lot of great things, but it is very limited in that there's not going to be as much of a personal. So that's why you're using your personal profile for a lot of giving likes and high fives, and then on your page, if they are communicating to you, you can communicate back. The biggest problem with a page is that if you're already having problem keeping your Facebook profile up, you're gonna have a lot harder problem keeping also a page up. So I see people, they create a page, but they don't do well with their personal profile. Make sure your personal profile that you're doing well with that before you put a lot of energy into that page. I'll give you an example. My wife is a photographer, and so she has a Facebook page. There's a lot of reasons why she would have a Facebook page, but what if she didn't? What if on her profile, all she did was talk about, hey, I did this photo shoot. Hey, I did this photo shoot. Do you want to book with me? Go here. All of a sudden, you would start ignoring her. She would be identified as just, well, she's just running her business there. She's not even a real person. So what's important is that she has her own page. And it's okay that she talks about her photography. So on her personal profile, she can say, hey, I'm excited to do this shoot, or here's one of my favorite pictures, but she's also talking about a lot of other things about her life and her adventure. And every once in a while, she can lead people over to that business page. And so she can be smart to say, hey, her existing customers, they're already on there. She can have promotions. There's a lot of creative things that she can do about that page. You have to earn the right to be followed. It's not owed to you. And so that is why focus on what is great content they could post. Again, it's the 20/20 rule, is while the page cannot go out and like a bunch of things, it could like other pages. That might help you a little bit inside of a community of other small businesses or other ways, but generally you can't do that part. That's gonna have to be done on your personal profile, but at least on the 20 of posting, it's the same rule, is that 20% of the time, then you can say, here, I want you to do something. What are you giving on your page? What are you posting that is creating content and creating value for people? Then, small amounts of time, you can then ask them to do something for you. One other piece of advice I like to say is somebody was asking me, I have to create a website and, somebody quoted me $5,000 and I have to do this, this, and this. And they were a startup. And when you're just starting out in your small business, resources, I believe that they're just so important that you're spending money in the right place. So what I told him is, you don't need a website right now. And he was just shocked. Of course I need a website. And I said, well, do you really? I mean, what if you just created a Facebook page? Then what you did is you registered a domain name and then just redirected that domain name to your Facebook page. Then what that allows is that on your business card or anywhere, you can have a name that is branding you. And then when they go to that, they're actually going to a Facebook page. That's a great way to start out. Will you have a .com? Will you have a blog? Your next step after your profile is setting up that page before we worry about some of those other things. And so we are gonna cover how to actually set up a page in an upcoming episode. So you can yourself, if you wanna start to play around with that or you have an existing one. But you know what I really want you to do is before you're ready for a page, go back to your profile. And I want you to really look through that. Is it really representing who you are? Does it have a great picture of your adventure? I mean, what does your cover photo look like? Does that show your adventure? Does it say that you are living life and that is something that people want to be part of? Have you really gone through and make sure that it's representing you? I want your Facebook profile to become more of who you are because it represents your adventure and your adventure begins right now.